It is new project day, and on this project we're taking down this media wall and building a new media wall in its place. We'll be also adding a media wall to this room and doing paneling throughout the entire property. We also have a lot of other jobs to do here, but the job we're doing today is this media wall, and at the end of each job I will tell you how much we have charged. So sit back, relax, maybe get some popcorn and watch us fit this media wall. Okay, so here the tiles were coming off easy and then this happened. So there was two ways of doing this: taking out the whole of this area and then putting new plasterboard on and get it plastered and all of that, which would have resulted in delays and more work. We decided it's never going to be seen again, so we're putting the media wall in front. Now, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, you can't just do that, you can't just put the media wall in front, but we gave the client the two options and he chose this option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stud it out, put some timber behind it, put a panel on and put the media wall in front, but you'll see what we do. So here we're just getting our measurements and making our marks. Now, as you know, every media wall is different. On this media wall, the customer wants two panels either side of the media wall. So taking that into consideration, we put our media wall in between the two panels. So we find our center point in between the two panels and we go off the center point. At this point, we also need to take into consideration the size of the TV and the size the customer would like his shelves. Once we've taken all our measurements and done some initial marks, we then get our chalk line and mark out for the media wall. Here I'm just cutting back the skirting so the timber can sit back to the wall. And then Drew cuts all the timber while I assemble the timber to make up the shelves. And here is the two side frames for the shelves. Right now, to complete the shelves, we have to put in the horizontal timber supports. All the horizontal timber supports need to be cut exactly the same size so that everything runs square. These timbers will also be used to fix back to the wall, and they will lock together the two sides to make up the unit. I'm doubling up the timber to suit the client's preference on how thick he wants the shelves. Once the units are made up, I then get it in line with my previously marked out lines. Make sure everything is plumb and level, and then I secure it to the wall by way of plug and screw. Okay, as you can see, the two sides are made up. So what I'm doing now is I'm just making up the two sides for the actual TV unit. So this unit's made, and I'm just gonna make the TV unit in the middle, making the sides, gonna frame it out. And then I'm gonna put one frame on this side, one frame on the far side, and then that will be the two frames made up. And then it's just a case of infilling for the design he wants. So for the TV, he wants it in line with the architrave. And for the fireplace, we're going to figure out that the measurements for that. So yeah, but the two sides are made, and I'm just going to be making up the inside now. So yeah. While I'm doing this, I just want to say a massive thank you for getting this far into the video. It really helps out. And if you like, subscribe, comment on the channel, thank you so very much. It also really helps out. And if you're not subscribing, you might as well, because I'm going to be posting a lot of content. Tomorrow I'm going to be posting the other media wall video, which is a different style. I've also got the paneling to do, the coving to do, a drop ceiling to do, and a lot more. So stay tuned and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. If you saw my last media wall video, you know that last time I done it in NDF. Well, this time it'll be plasterboarded and plastered. Here, I'm just putting in place the two side frames and fixing everything together. Here, just like we done the horizontal timber on the shelving, we're gonna do that on the main carcass. You may not be able to see on camera, but we are running a laser level line on the bottom of this timber to make sure everything stays in line and level. Again, it is very important that all of the horizontal timber is exactly the same size, so it keeps everything square and plumb. But right now, the rest of the framing on this media wall is kind of self-explanatory. I'm just going to work to my measurements and markings, get all of the horizontal timbers in place, secure everything back to the wall, put some noggins in, and then that will be it for the framing. So to save this video getting too long, I am going to do a quick time lapse and catch up with you in a second. It's literally just a matter of noggins now on this wall, and then that'll be everything done. So I'm gonna quickly chop up the noggins, put in the noggins, and then that will be today done. So here is the skeleton of the media wall, fully completed. I booked the electrician to come in tomorrow to fit the LED tracks and do what he needs to do, because each shelf is having LEDs. And then after that, the plasterers will come in and board and plaster. So right now, I'm going to clean up and catch up with you as soon as the media wall has been plastered. Okay, so as you can see, the plastering has been done now. The electrician does need to do a little bit more work before I secure the panel, but right now I'm going to get the panel cut. So first, I just measure and transfer my measurements onto the MDF. Once the electrician had done what he needed to do, I then secured some timber to the back of the wall and put the MDF back on. All while making sure everything is plumb and nothing's leaning. On this media wall, the client also did add some grooved MDF panels. But from here on out, everything is very self-explanatory. So right now, I'm going to do an edit and show you how it looks once it's done. And then at the end, I'll tell you how much I charged for this media wall. Okay, so now's the moment some of you might have been waiting for. How much did I charge on this job and how long did it take? So with this media wall, we didn't buy any of the materials. The customer provided the timber, the panels, the boarding, everything, even the plaster. So yeah, we had no material. So I'll just tell you the straight labor price. So with this media wall, it took 6 days in total. So 2 days to fully assemble the skeleton, set out and fully assemble the skeleton, and then 2 days for plastering, and then 2 days for the electrics, and then final touches. So 6 days in total, and we charged £2,400, and that's how much the labor cost. So yeah, if I had to work out the materials, it was probably round about, you got timber, got a plasterboard, got a plaster, you got the panels. The panels are quite a lot actually. I would say £500 to £600. I'd say round about £500 materials cost. So in total, this media wall would have costed round about £2,900 to £3,000 to do this media wall, and obviously that isn't including the TV and the fireplace which we reused. So yeah, for a media wall like this, it's normally around about 3,000 to 3,500 depending on the size and stuff like that, but around about 3,000 in the UK and this area that I'm in. So yeah, that's how much the media wall cost. 2,400 labour and round about 3,000 altogether. So yeah.